story behind it. Now, those of you who are on this side over here can look and see that the edge of that rock is serrated. When we got up on scaffolding for the first and only time about 6 years ago, we noticed, by putting our nose right up to it, that this rock was expertly carved. It's got opposing chisel marks and things like that. Beautifully done. A master carver went to work on this rock. And what is interesting about it is later in the day when the sun is up higher, the edge of that rock, the shadow is cast on that smooth stone behind it. Okay? For years, we wondered, what is this? And then one day, our archaeoastronomer, friend Ken Zoll, he and his wife went shopping for Flagstaff. And by the way, here's a fact of life about Sedona. I have to drive 25 miles to get to a big box store, and that's a Walmart or a Home Depot. If I want better shopping, I got to drive 50 miles to Flagstaff. And if you are a Trader Joe's junkie, you go all the way to Prescott. So that's just one of the drawbacks about living in Sedona. Okay, so he and his wife went up to Flagstaff to do some shopping, and then continued up Highway 89 to a place called Wupaki National Monument. How many of you have been there? Wonderful. I believe the best archaeology in the entire state. Just amazing. It's the northernmost reach of our Sonawa buddies. This is a southern Sonawa here on the Colorado Plateau, the northern Sonawa, all the way up to Wupaki, and after Wupaki we have the Anasazi. So, and they traded extensively with each other. Most of my pottery in my collection back here, my pottery collection is Anasazi pottery that's traded in here. Okay. So he took a picture of the San Francisco peaks from Wupaki National Monument. And then he took a picture of the shadow that's being created by the stone. This is a picture of the San Francisco peaks. This is a picture of the shadow created by that sliver stone. I want to tell you folks, an exact mirror image of the San Francisco peaks. All 7 peaks in the San Francisco range are accurately depicted on that rock. This is not a coincidence. It cannot be a coincidence. Okay? This is the San Francisco peaks on this rock. Now, who amongst us can tell me why we would have the San Francisco peaks here?
Is that rock put there?
We asked that question too, and then we got up on scaffolding. Our geologist said yes, that it was carved out from that crevice. Why would the San Francisco peaks be on our rock?
Trade center? Or it's a landmark giving direction?
Good guess.
I think we're in the sacred.
Thank you, sir. They are the sacred mountains. Now, if you don't believe that, follow the saga of making snow at our ski resort on the San Francisco peaks, Snow Bowl. Snow Bowl was in existence for 80 years without making snow. That gives you some idea what the climate is like in Flagstaff. Believe me, I came here from Flagstaff. I know, okay? So, but some years, like this last year, we didn't hardly get any snow at all. We didn't get much of anything. So every year when you bought a season ticket to ski, it was kind of a crapshoot, okay? So they decided they were going to make artificial snow. When we use large quantities of water in this state, such as making snow or watering golf courses or whatever, we use what's called reclaimed water, which is not purified quite to EPA drinking water standards. Once, 7 Native American cultures in northern Arizona found out there was a plan to make snow on their sacred mountain using reclaimed water. They banded together and took the city of Flagstaff and the U.S. Forest Service all the way to the United States Supreme Court. That's how serious. They are very religious people, and there's nothing more important in the casino religion than the San Francisco Peaks? Who can tell me why that is? By the way, I'm an old educator. I like that. Who can tell me?
It's a source of water.
It is a source of water, absolutely. But what lives on the San Francisco Peaks?
Animals.
How many of you here, and I know there's going to be a few, own Kachina dolls? Let me ask the question again. How many of you own Kachina dolls? Really?
None.
I've never had a group this size where at least a few people didn't. Okay. You know what I mean by Kachinas? Okay. So, sometimes the Hopi are the real deal. They're made of the root of that tree right over there. Not that particular tree, but that kind of tree. Only. The Navajo have figured out they can have a real profitable cottage industry off the Hopi religion by making Kachina dolls. My dolls are Navajo, but I know they're not the real deal. Okay. But anyway, those dolls, those Kachinas, or in Hopi, Kasinas, because there's no hard CH sound in the Hopi language, they represent the spirits that reside on the San Francisco Peaks, and they travel to the Hopi Mesas in February. And they help them prepare the ground, ensure plenty of moisture and things like that. They stay for 6 months, and then they leave and go back to the San Francisco Peaks. And they do this every year, 6 months, 6 months. Yeah. And right here on our solar calendar, we have depictions of when they come and when they leave. So they came here as well when they were here, and now to the Hopi Mesas. And one of our archaeologists believes that this right here is a Kachina, or a Kachina spirit. This is the head, this is the neck, this is the chest where it's carved in here. Okay? So we're too low in elevation to see the sacred mountains, but guess what? We got them. Okay? And also the belief is that this crevice that it's in is a portal or a passageway to the San Francisco Peaks. Questions? Over here, we got something so old that I can't get any Alaska for 40 years. And I like to say Bill survived. And Bill knows terrain. Now, some time ago, Bill called me over and he said, "What do you think this is right here?" And I said, "I don't know. Looks like a river or something." And Bill says, "I know what it is. He's down here now. He's flying ultralights. He flew low over that, and I'll let Bill tell you what that is." Go ahead, Bill. And Bill, by the way, he's just a visitor here, all right? But he's done some work with us, and nobody here has done any work with us. I can't get a single Native American to tell me what they see on this wall. Now, can you tell the difference stylistically between what you see over here and what you see over there?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
That's Anasazi over there.
No?
These are more square and
Geometric.
more.
They're more geometric?
Yeah.
How many human figures do you see over here? How many animal figures, which are anthropomorphs, how many animal figures, zoomorphs, do you see over here? You either make a good case, and this is controversial, but you can make a good case that what we have over here is archaic. The archaic civilization predates these guys. The archaic goes back to 6,000, 7,000 BC. Hunters, gatherers, not farmers. And they're interested in the terrain. So Bill's going to talk to you about terrain. And by the way, I haven't seen Bill out here for a year. So, how many?
Couple of years.
Couple of years. All right, Bill. Bill knows what he's talking about. And he knows more about this. He knows more about this than any archaeologist around, I can tell you that.
Well, like Jim said, I was flying up. This is actually south. And
Come on over this way, because you got to come over this way to see it. Where is our alien?
head with the ears sticking out from the side.
That's an alien? Well, why do you think that's an alien?
Oh, yeah, over here. It looks like a.
Well, yeah, he's got a space helmet, and he only has 4 fingers. That's not an engineer. And we know aliens only have 4 fingers. You didn't know that? Oh, really? I'm surprised.
Me too.
Actually, folks, we believe it's a shaman. Now, if you were here for my talk earlier about shaman, a shaman would be a cross between a religious leader and a doctor. He attended to the spiritual needs of the people, but when they got sick, he was the healer. He knew all the use of these plants out here to fix whatever ailed you. This was their medicine cabinet. Sometimes we refer to them as medicine men. And we believe he's a shaman because why? Who was here earlier?
Big hands.
Big hands. They were the healers. And we think this is actually a shaman headdress with goat horns pointing forward. Now, I get Native Americans out here, and they tell me some pretty fantastic stuff, interesting stories. And I'm about to tell you why. Oh, by the way, what we're told by the Hopi is it's no accident that our shaman buddy is located next to this crack. This crack has been referred to as the evil crack. It leads to the underworld. And a number of things come out of the underworld to include evil spirits. And it's a shaman's responsibility to protect the people from the evil spirits. We also have another protector here. Can you see him?
Eyes?
2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. You look how big this face is. Out of proportion to everything else on this wall. Why? We are looking at a major deity. This is Masa. And Masa is a guardian of the underworld. Okay? So he is also protecting the people from the evil spirits that come out of this crack. Now here's a story that we're told. Is that back in the day when we had shaman, we no longer have shaman, by the way. They were commonplace, but no more. The reason is because he was the healer. But nowadays, on the Hopi Reservation, for example, if somebody gets sick or breaks an arm, will we go see a shaman? We go see a doctor in that shiny medical center they have up on the Hopi Mesas. Okay, so, but we still have priests. Okay, because we still have a religion, and the story goes that the shaman, in an altered state of consciousness or a trance, and we have some stuff growing right outside the fence here. It does a great job of that. It is a hallucinogen of choice among the ancients. It's far more potent than peyote, but also far more toxic. If you don't know what you're doing with it, you can easily end up in the hospital.
He's got big toes.
Indicating
His shoes off.
no shoe. No shoe. And to take this interesting story one step further, this round thing right here is the evil spirit being cast off.
Oh, he's like kick it with his.
Very interesting. We will never know for sure. And that brings me to a good point. There is nothing that I or anybody else that you listen to talk about this information, Native American culture going back thousands of years. There is nothing that we say that is carved in stone. Pun intended.
How do you date the